For years, newspapers have been a central part of our daily news intake. But what does the future hold for journalism? Will local newspapers like this be a thing of the past? The Pierhead Sessions have brought together a group of journalists from online and newspapers to discuss what the future of journalism actually is. We caught up with them afterwards to hear their thoughts. Hello Charlie, and thank you for joining us today at the Pierhead Sessions. How has the engagement with the media changed over the last 10 years, and how do you expect it to evolve in the next 10?
Well, I think we're at an extraordinary moment where we can really say that things are moving so fast that it's much easier to say what's changed than what is going to change. And I think the whole media system is changing. The way that we make the news media, the way we make journalism is changing, the technology is changing. The camera we're filming this on has got extraordinary power packed into a tiny little body that we could only have dreamt of a few years ago. My mobile phone has got more computing power than the BBC newsroom that I started in 10 years ago. So we've seen tremendous changes in technology, but I think the really important changes are in the way that people are participating in news, consuming news and making it for themselves.
Why is it important that we consider new models of journalism when we look to the future?
I think it's important that we think about new ways of connecting people with journalism, with topical information, because journalism is, in a sense, it's the lifeblood of a modern information society. Unless you know what's going on, unless you get information about your world, and unless you can contribute to it, then how can you make those decisions for, your kids' school, how you're going to vote, where you're going to go on holiday? So you need that information. In a modern world, you need it in all sorts of different formats.
So do you think at the moment there's a lot of reason to be optimistic about the future of journalism?
I think there are some really big reasons to be optimistic about the future of journalism. There is a fantastic demand out there from the public for information. They like journalism so much they're actually making it themselves. And there's also tremendous resources that we've got to make journalism in an unbelievably good way, a way that can connect people all around the world, that can give you stuff instantly. The real problem is, how on earth do we pay for it? How do you make the money that will pay for the equipment and the people who are going to give you not just any old news, but news that's really useful for society?
Okay, great. Thank you very much for joining us once again, and thank you very much.